fan is Jalen Rose. Jalen, what'd you think of your new guy?
I applaud his enthusiasm. He used to play for the team. It was laughable to me that some people thought that Eric Bieniemy would interview for our job knowing that we weren't going to pay top dollar for a coach. With that being said, I want the big fella to understand we need resuscitation. This whole kick in the teeth and bite at the knees, we're already dead. We need you to bring us back to life. We won one playoff game in 60 years. Like, Greeny, like I remember when Wayne Fonts went 8-8, we played another one bites the dust. And it was Gary Danielson and Eric Hipple. And then Bobby Ross got the job, and he wanted to put a fullback in front of Barry Sanders. And you know what Barry did? He retired. We had Marty Morningwig as our coach. And I remember, I'll never forget, watching him and Rod Marinelli play against one another. And I'm like, no, Rod Marinelli, when you're a Lions fan, you can cuss. It's Rod Marinelli and Jim Schwartz. I'll never forget, I was watching the Cowboys play against the Eagles, and both of those coordinators were being celebrated, and I'm thinking, those are the last two Lions coaches, and one of them went 0-16. I root for a team that went 0-16. So I'm just happy that he wants the job. But here's what I want him to know. Lions fans like myself are diehard. It's the organization that's had Lynn Barney, okay, Night Train Lane, Barry Sanders, Megatron. Am I selling it to him, Greeny? Is that a good
You're doing the best you
job?
can. You don't have to sell him. He's already taken the job. Let's see how it goes. All right. I'm glad that you're excited at least a little. Let me go through some basketball with you here, and then we'll get to the main event, if you will. Let's talk about the Lakers and the Bucks last night. They went head-to-head. So it's Giannis and it's LeBron, and we take a look here. The early going here, Giannis was playing well, bringing the ball up. Anthony Davis giving him room, and Giannis is knocking it down. He scored 25 points last night, had 12 rebounds, and also doing it on the defensive end. Look at him saying, get that out of there, to LeBron James. LeBron flying down the lane, and Giannis says, not in this house. The Bucks had a 4-point lead after one. But let's take you all the way to the fourth quarter now. The Lakers are up by 5. That's Kuzma for LeBron. That's LeBron, and it's good. The Lakers an 8-point lead. He scored 34 on the night. Under 5 minutes to go. Giannis trying to keep his team in it. Little turnaround Jay in the painted area. With 7-point game here. Next Bucks possession. They're running the ball again. How in the world is this not a walk? I guess that doesn't really matter. Giannis lays it up and good. It's a 4-point game after the free throw. Under 3 to play now. Lakers are up 2. Look at the ball movement. Look at KCP. 3. He was 7 of 10 from 3-point range on the night as he knocks that down, and then looking for a dagger. It's LeBron James with just over a minute to play. They're up by 5. Now they're up by 8. 34 for LeBron, 8 assists and 6 boards, 25 and 12 rebounds for Giannis, but not enough as the Lakers get the win. And Jalen, I'll just ask you the same question I asked Timmy Legler earlier this morning. Are the Lakers just on their own level as we look at the entire NBA? Is it basically LeBron and the Lakers and everybody else?
Absolutely, and that's kind of how I see the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL. It's like, if you had to take them or the field, you want to take the field because there's so many other teams. And then you realize that one team has Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Kelsey. And in the NBA, you realize one team has LeBron James, Anthony Davis, are the defending world champions, added Dennis Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell. You still have Kyle Kuzma. KCP made 7 threes last night. You could go on and on about this Lakers roster, the depth that they have, the experience that they have, the confidence that they have. So, yes, the Clippers can be a big-time foe, the Utah Jazz, the Denver Nuggets. You know, there's so many other teams that are going to contend in the West, but the Lakers are on a entirely different level than everybody else. And it's almost sad to see the Milwaukee Bucks window close, Greeny. I know the last time I was on this show, I was trying to be the last of the Mohicans, like, the Bucks are going to win the East, even though...
You see, it'll feel like 24 degrees, 9-mile-an-hour winds, not too bad. Chance of snow flurries, so it should be fun to watch. But the question is, how much of an impact does it have on the game? So, RC, I will start with you. Tom Brady, we talk about him at age 43 and all the rest of that. Got to go up there and play in the cold. Is that a factor in this game?
No, bruh. No. I don't know why we've been trying to make it like it's a factor. You know who it was a factor for? Drew Brees, right? That's the guy we were scared that had to go to Lambeau because Drew had injuries. Drew didn't have the arm strip. Tom Brady is not tripping on this. You tell me you watch Tom Brady play this year and say that he can't cut the ball through the wind or he can't throw a football in the cold. And, guys, we met him at the Tuck Rule game. It was snowing. Dude played in New England forever. And I know we're going to say, well, they practice in Tampa. I'm from New Orleans. I'm from the NO. You know what? It is 70 degrees down here right now. And guess what? When they kicked it off for the AFC Championship 2 times and it felt like it was below 0 temperatures, I wasn't tripping. I was smashing people's mouth. And so Devin White's not going to care. Leonard Fournette's not going to care. They're from Louisiana. Carlton Davis, who's went to Auburn, he's not going to care. And Tom Brady for sure ain't going to care. Dude done played in 14 of these. And for most of those opportunities, he was in New England. He is not tripping on this cold. He's going to make sure this team is focused, and they run the ball now. They play defense now. That travels in cold and hot, in sleet, in snow, in rain. It doesn't matter. So Rob's going to get on here and tell you about how soft DBs are and all that. And all I say to that is, ask them folks that had to play me and Troy when it was cold. It did not matter.
Little quick secret. I think that Rob Ninkovich, with what he's about to say, upset Ryan in our pre-show meeting today, talking about the impact the cold has on the quote-unquote little guys. Go ahead, Ninko.
Hey, RC, I know you had that. I know RC had the hand warmer on and about 16 hand warmers inside that thing and a scarf and everything possible, standing by the heaters. Listen. Tom Brady's going to be fine. I agree with you. Tom Brady's going to be fine. He's played in cold weather. But it's the other guys that haven't played in cold weather. And I can tell you back December 30th, 2012, we played the Miami Dolphins at home. And guess what? It was about 15 degrees. It was really cold. Before the first series of the game, the offensive linemen were huddling together like a group of penguins in Antarctica, and they would not even come out of that huddle. They had their hands in their pants. They were freezing. And I looked at the rest of the team on defense. I said, "Look, these dudes, it's over." And guess what? We won that game 28-0. They didn't score a point because it was that cold. So guess what? Tom Brady's going to be fine. But guess what? The other guys on the team, it takes the team to win a football game. So cold weather, yeah, it can affect a lot of things. The kicking game, the passing game, if it's windy, receivers bouncing the ball off their hands, volleyballing the ball up in the air for interception. We've seen it time in and time out. Guys can be affected by the cold weather, especially when you're from a southern state and you get off that plane. You know this, RC. You get off that plane, the first thing you say to yourself is, man, that wind is cutting through me. It's cold. Because guess what? You cannot simulate cold weather in Tampa. The palm trees, you can go inside the bubble, put the AC down to 60 degrees. It is not 32 degrees in the bubble down in Tampa. So they're going to have to deal with cold weather, and they cannot. This is directly from Bill Belichick, and he's told us this before. We're not having a team meeting at the turbine heaters. There's not going to be a team meeting by the heaters. Everybody, it's going to be cold. Put your stuff on. Go out there and play football. And if they can do that, they have a chance.
This is your game, Kimberly. You're covering it this weekend. What's your perspective?
Those poor Dolphins are sitting at home like, why is Rob calling us out on TV? For me, I'm covering this game, so I'm going to let you know right now, it will affect me when I'm doing all my pregame TV hits and my face freezes, okay? But Bruce Arians isn't worried about it. Bruce Arians is not worried about it. He mentioned the wind is the only factor that could affect the game, but with 9 miles per hour right now, I don't see it being an issue. They've got too much is at stake for these guys to let weather bother them.
That is a great graphic. Kudos to whoever put our graphics up today. Kimberly Martin, cold will affect me at Lambeau Field. I like that very much. So we know we can settle one thing for certain. It is going to impact the people working the game from the sideline. Yes. Okay, so we have all of those. Then there's other NFL news from yesterday. The Philadelphia